Mike comes in and, there's guys that hate that man with passion. And I had my run in with him and it was very heated. But he's going to get it out of you. Like if there's something in there,
if he wants
to find it, like he's going to push you to a point. And we say this all the time. If you're uncomfortable, you're going to get better.
Yeah.
It's when you sit in that comfort zone and you just sit in there, you're not doing much.
So he'll play mind games to get the best.
I don't always agree with what he does to get it. And it's a shorter life than what Daryl's got, but they're cut kind of from the same cloth. But he's going to pop you in the mind to try and get you to a different level. So, looking back on it at the time, I was like, this guy is an ass. I can't stand this guy. Looking back on it now, it's like, I learned a lot from that, whatever it was under a year playing with him. But it was like, I learned a lot about myself playing for him and what it took to be, that next level, how to get moved up and like conditioning. And I mean, he was a fitness freak, like not himself, but he wanted guys that
you can't play if you're not in shape.
If you're not in shape. And he made you work at it like shit. We'd have to ride the bike after games. He had these bikes that had like key cards in them where it would record what your output was on the bike. And everybody was required to do a certain amount after games every time. And it was like, holy shit, like this is getting ridiculous. I mean, we were borderline tired, but it was hard, but he was a good coach in the fact that you were going to have to step up. Mediocre for him wasn't good enough. So he and I got into it in San Jose one time. Matt Bradley was playing for San Jose and I was having a game. I don't know if he had a hat trick, but he had 2 for sure. And, was running around. I wasn't playing at all. I was stapled to the bench for the majority of the.
You're Dennis Savard. You had the towel.
Yeah, I should have had a hot dog in my hand. Like I wasn't doing a thing. And so I would play left wing center. And he kicks me in the ass and says, go out there and play right side. I'm like, oh, really? All right, whatever. So I go out and I beat up this Bradley kid. All right, fine. Get into the locker room after, and I'm seething mad. Like I am on a 12. And Brett Hedican sitting beside me. He says, well, go and tell him. Go and challenge him on it. Like, what can he do? Not play you? He's like, or trade you?
Sorry,
like,
not playing you.
Yeah. Like, it can't get worse. So I was like, yeah, you're right. So I get up. And then in San Jose, there's these great big wide hallways. And the coach's room is the locker room beside
spread out all over. It's not one.
Yeah, it's not great. But so I went out in the hallway and I'm like, hey, we need to have a talk. And he's like, well, I don't really want to talk to you. And I was a little bit animated. I said, no, we're going to talk now. So we went into the coach's room and I stood there for 5 minutes, called him every name in the book, F you, F that. And then he stands up and he starts giving it back. He's like, how long you been in this league? And I was like, 10 fucking years. He's like, 9 too many. And so it was on. Like we were screaming at each other to the point, the ends of my fingers are going numb. Like I'm clenching my fists thinking, am I going to stroke this guy? And I still have my skates on. So I'm 1.5 feet taller than him. Oh, yeah. And I'm thinking, I think I might just.
It's coming.
Yeah, I might send one here.
Might knock this guy out.
Yeah. And so anyway, he stopped it. He was like, okay, enough's enough. Like we're going to say something we regret. I was like, I don't think so. I don't regret anything I've said so far. So I walked back into the locker room and the whole team is sitting in there. Well, yeah, eyes wide, like, holy shit, what are you doing? I look at Hetty and I'm like, well, you told me. He's like, well, not like that. Like, go talk to the guy. Like, oh, too much. But after that, he loved me.
Yeah.
So he would play the shit out of me. And like, I'd play power play. I was playing with Pav. Like it was almost his affirmation that I broke you down to the point that you snapped. And now I'll build you back.
You showed me you cared.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
You're out of your comfort zone.
I think I got him out of his comfort zone when I was standing.
That's probably true too.